Some of the major stories that will be covered in news today. So we follow up on the arrest of 7 people in connection with attacks on people who attended the Global Citizen Festival at the FNB Stadium on Sunday.
There's also the Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture. Is it resuming this morning? I'm hearing it's resuming this morning, but then I was told it's not. It's resuming tomorrow. So let's just get a bit of confirmation on this one, with former ANC MP Fakey Mentor expected to take the stand, because we also had that in our news that it does resume this morning.
So we'll just confirm. And then President Cyril Ramaphosa expected to name the new National Director of Public Prosecutions later today.
Okay, let's take a look at your trending topics for today, and I think dominated very much so by sports that happened overnight. And of course it's the Ballon d'Or awards that take place, and everybody sort of waiting with bated breath to see who is going to get the overall award. Was it going to be Ronaldo? Was it going to be Messi? No, it was Luka Modric.
And there's been an outcry about this.
Not happy, people not happy.
People not happy. If you will, the Ronaldo and Messi fans almost banding together to express their outrage.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the stats, of course, it's difficult to see how Modric could flip either one of them to the title.
Yeah.
But that's just speaking to stats. But then, of course, Modric did lead Croatia to the final of the World Cup. So that apparently played in his favor. But I actually feel sorry for Luka Modric, given the reaction.
He's fantastic. I mean, I think he was amazing. I'm not one into stats, so I can't tell you. But he seems to be the one that's been winning the major awards at the moment. But yeah, I suppose a Messi fan will always be a Messi fan. A Ronaldo fan will always be a Ronaldo fan. And that's just the way it is. I suppose if somebody comes and rocks the boat between the two of them, there's a problem. So yeah. Luka Modric, I don't know.
I must say, for me, I found, at least personally, that the Ballon d'Or had lost its flavor for me, because it was just this 2-horse race between Messi and Ronaldo for the longest time, and I just found it an absolute bore.
So it's nice to have a new face in the making. So let's see how it goes. But
people are saying, well, you had, for example, 2010, when you had, previous years, you had an Anton Griezmann who had a fantastic season, and Wesley Sneijder, and all sorts of other players who previously had fantastic years, and they never won it. Why did Luka Modric win this year? Okay. But as I say, my heart goes out to Modric.
Oh man, okay, well there you go. I still think he's great. But you know what though? Sorry, we're not touching on this, which is very important. Is that at the Ballon d'Or, for the very first time, a female footballer won an award, and then the DJ on stage, whoever it may have been, I'm looking for names, went and said that, hey, don't you want to give us a twerk?
A twerk. I mean, she asked her to twerk.
He asked her to twerk.
Was it a male?
I think it was a man. I had his name a second ago and then I lost it. So, and he's quite a well-known DJ. And he came out and said to her, don't you want to twerk for us, or can you twerk? And of course, everybody's like, seriously? Honestly, do you do this again? Belittling women on a global platform, when we should actually be celebrating the fact that this woman has walked away. And I keep saying this woman, but I know that we've got all the details in the sports bulletin.
Yeah, Valen will tell us more.
Yeah,
all right,
just crazy.
Hashtag Global Citizen Festival, and of course some arrests being made there yesterday.
Yes.
But it was interesting listening to Minister Bheki Cele earlier in the day, and his response. It almost sounded surreal, as if people were making this up. And he was talking about, where the charges that had to be laid with the police and all those sort of things. And but then later on, because at the time when he was speaking, he said 1 arrest had been made. Yes. Someone had reported a phone stolen. Yeah. They followed up 1 arrest, but now we understand 7. But it's still going to be, I believe we still need answers.
Oh man, I'm not sure if it's true, but somebody put it on my timeline, some video footage from the garage. I'm not sure if it's true. Again, I don't know if it is surveillance cameras, but if that was the case and only 1 person, 7 people arrested, looks like there were a lot more involved in that. And you cannot, I don't care, and I know that we had the Premier here yesterday also talking to Twitter and saying, yeah, but social media, no. Unfortunately, there's a lot of times when there is an attempt and cases, you're not laying a charge as yet because, I mean, like I say, my husband's phone was taken, but he managed to get it back. So we don't have a chance to lay a phone. We're not going to a charge. We're not going to go and lay a charge on that. So people are not going to go lay charges, but they are traumatized. Look into the events before you comment. That's all I can say to officials, because a lot of people were upset by those comments. So yeah, let's see what develops today, and the court, of course, seeing them this morning. Front pages of newspapers. Okay, we're moving straight along to them. We unfortunately do not have hard copies. Apparently they weren't delivered this morning. So what you're seeing is what we're seeing. These are the front pages. It's what they look like. The Business Day leading with State Pension Fund hit by 7.4 billion rand in write-offs, and then Glencore willing to testify at the state capture inquiry, and that's according to the CEO.
Citizen leading with Nomvula made me do it. And unfortunately, I don't know if you can zoom in there, Leanne. Can't quite make out what that is. Concert chaos, 7 suspects nabbed. NPA boss Batoi outranks the arrivals. And Gupta custody battle is ending.
The Sowetan front page, how a great day became a nightmare. And all eyes looking at the organisers, cops and F&B management passing the buck after muggings mar the concert. F&B saying it wasn't their responsibility. That was the organisers. The cops saying, no, there was massive presence. We don't know what you're talking about. No one reported anything. Only one person reported something. So everybody passing the buck as to who was responsible for the protection of people that went to this global festival.
But that's not difficult to determine at all.
No, it really isn't. And I don't think you should speak before you've heard and seen what's gone on out there. So I hope that more statements are made today and more apologies are made today. I saw Uber making an apology. And again, I don't think we can blame Uber for it. There should have been security in place.
And then the Star, Imbokodo takes aim at HIV/AIDS, global festival terror, that story as well. An inmate left to die of seizures. Wow. And facing Christmas in the dark, possibly. Those are the stories on the front page of newspapers this morning. All right, well, let's get on with the commuter news now to find out what it's looking like as you try to make your way to work. And of course, Rob Byrne with that saw the double-decker section, all lanes open today, Rob.
Yeah, thanks, SK. Good morning to you. That's our lead story. Let's get up and have a look at this, okay? There's obviously been a change. This is a live look at the traffic flows going through the Crown Interchange into the double-decker, and there's no red line. We've been showing you heavy red lines on this map for the last couple of weeks, but, you know, sort of 5:20 this morning when we would expect the traffic to start building up, it just wasn't there. It still hasn't come. So, yeah, lanes open on the double-decker. What the plan is from the JRA, we'll get on and find out, because they were talking about some restrictions there until about the 14th of December, until that sort of holiday break period. But at this stage, that's a good look. We've given it a big green tick this morning. You're good to go on the mic one. Not so good to go out in the Western Cape. A horrific truck crash overnight last night between Mikey'sfontein and Toes Rafia. That section of the N1 is currently blocked. They're waiting for some heavy lifting gear to arrive from Cape Town. So anyone that's driving N1 route this morning, or if you're expecting someone into Cape Town and they've been coming down that N1 in that Mikey'sfontein area, they will be well late. There's some big heavy queues out around that particular pretty horrific truck crash scene. Cape Town's trains this morning, let's have a look there. Just a couple of extra delays on the Northern Line service. Signal equipment failure at Elsie's River, so that's an additional 20 to 30 minutes on your trip there. And also on the other section of the Northern Line, there's some track circuits between Kales River and Belleville. That's the Strand Muldersvale line that are playing up to an additional 20 to 30 minutes delay there as well. And don't forget, this happens at midnight tonight. It's the fuel price change as we head into December, and it's a bit of a holiday cheer for you as well. Look at that. The price of petrol dropping R1.84 per litre. Diesel, similarly, heavy downturn there. 145, 147 on your different grades of diesel. So plenty of reason to celebrate. That's a massive drop in the price of fuel, and it becomes applicable from midnight tonight. All right, that's the latest.